Hello, everybody, and welcome to a review of A Misanthrope Teaches a Class for Demi-Humans, Episode 8. We're now covering this show. I finally got a chance to cover this. I didn't get a chance to cover this as much as weekends to do with work and playing Resident Evil 9 Requiem, which, by the way, RE9 is the Game of the Year candidate, and it should win because we haven't won Game of the Year in 21 years. Yes, 21 years since we haven't won Game of the Year. But other than that, talking about this show, like every new character, we get a new arc. The first arc was just everyone got their own story. Now we're going to Kurosawa, the cat. Now, first time I've seen her, I'm like, okay, what's interesting about this cat? All she do is lazy around, had that black aura, kind of like a Raven Teen Titans vibe, you know? And I was like, okay, what is this golf cat as something? Like, she don't want to become a human. There's some reasons why, you know, everyone has their reasons to become human. Everybody has their reasons. So we need to know why they want to become human. And, you know, there are things to be said about this. You know, last week was the dragon, which, by the way, as I said before, that dragon is, I don't know if that dragon is probably the, I know there's a healing faction, because I remember they talk about this. It's like, there's the power faction, there's the safe faction, and there's the neutral faction. And I'm looking at her, I'm looking at this dragon girl, and I gotta say, she is probably the violence type. I don't care. But this dragon cannot take no for an answer. But that was that episode. Now we're gonna cover this one. We're gonna cover this one, the cat. Now, the day-old question. How good is Kurosawa? What's her story? What's her beef? We got all the answers in this episode. So without further ado, let's get right to the review of A Misanthrope Teaches a Class for Demi-Humans. Okay, let's get started. Let's get talking about episode 8 for a bit. You know, episode 8 is a camping arc, a camping trip vibe. You know, we all know where this is going to lead to. We all know where this camping arc will side, not a big camping arc, but we all know what this is going to lead to. You know, a little bit confessions, secrets, fan service. We're not surprised. We're not surprised. That dragon, let me tell you something, that dragon girl, oh my God, that dragon. That dragon girl, I'm sorry, she needs to, Karen, she is so delulu. She is so delusion. She's so in delulu land. Like, she reminds me of Bisa from Death Note and Sakura from Naruto. You know, they all have that delusional vibe of their loved one. Like, they'll do anything they can for their loved one, even if they have to stab him in the chest for that kind of love to get acknowledged. That's what Karen is. Karen is just like, oh, I'm going to cook for him. I'm going to cook for Ray. I'm like, you do realize he's a teacher and he's going to lose his job. So why are you still clinging on him? I don't know. I really don't know. I can't give you an answer to that. I don't know. But she's still trying so hard. Now everyone's setting up tents and all that stuff. And then you got the Kurosawa just sleeping in the tent. I mean, just sleeping. Now, she's a cat. So we know how cats are. I mean, have you seen that anime? The depressed cat thing with the cat taking care of the owner one? Remember that anime? It's a really good show. I forgot the name of it. I know it's about a big black cat taking care of the woman who took her in. And that was a good slice of life anime. That was a really good one. But again, okay. So back to what I was saying. The whole bond, you know, trying to get understand Kurosawa, you know, she's a cat, so she can't really like water all that stuff. But that's what it is. Not to mention, remember what I said about fan service? We got a little bit of fan service. I mean, Isaki too. I say Isaki too because her gal personality is back again, and just clinging on. God, she's like, those are milk juggers, yo. Oh my God. And the thing is, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised because have you seen Karen's boobs in that one? Like, she almost got the same as that Lulu. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, we ain't surprised. We are not surprised at this moment. We are not. Now, Again, the thing is, they never had s'mores. Like, they had s'mores. Ray never had s'mores. S'mores is everyone's favorite camping food. It's That's the number one in terms of Pop-Tarts. Top that. Top that. Oh, I gotta go back to camping. And if you want to try and eat s'mores sometimes. Now, on to Tabari, the bird. It must be nice to have a mentor watching Ray to see what he does as a teacher. He's really doing a good job. Tabari brought Ray to the shrine where it first started. The shrine historically was before the school, the shrine was the first of its kind. And then Tabari trained this person, just cast a spell on this to transform into the human, transform to the human, all that stuff. Long story short, it was a failed progress because she made a mistake. She made a mistake of not telling them the ways of what there is to become human. They just, transform you to a human and go off your merry way. They don't know what to do in the real world. They don't know. Now, God, I know I'm going to say this, but does anybody want to do the bird? I can't. I just can't see Shirai, the Phoenix girl. Like, Phoenix girl's amazing. She's freaking smashable. But again, when she transformed back to that student, it's like, that's freaking weird. Okay, so anyway, they have a little meeting and they want to meet the witch, Alice. I'm smashing that witch. I'm smashing that witch. That witch. Let me tell you something. Let me show you. We have seen plethora of witch anime characters. When you think of witch girls, the most common witch you could think of is Blair from Soul Eater. She's iconic when it comes to the witch type thing. But Alice in this episode, damn. I can't. I think we just found our new witch. I think we just found our new fucking witch. I'm sorry, but that's just true. We just found a new witch. And she just loves Tabari. She loved the bird. I mean, she loves so much she have her sitting on the lap. I can imagine her and Alice in their adult form, by the way. I could see some pretty interesting things. But I digress from my point. Anyway, they want to sit down and talk to Alice, the witch, because like in hindsight, you all know how witches have cats. Pretty much. Kurosawa, the cat, she didn't want to become a human. She didn't want to become a human. This school is keeping her magic intact because without the barrier of the school, she's going to transform to a hybrid giant cat that just terrorizes people. And it's a folklore cat vibe thing. I forgot the name of it. But my point is, her magic is what's keeping her what she is right now. And Kurosawa is a painter. She paints anything black. A black cat, a black cup, a guy in a black suit, anything black. But most of his cats. Because she is a cat. That's the thing about Kurosawa. She is a cat. A cat. And the bond between Kurosawa and Alice have this, looking at them, have like that mother-daughter vibe. And from Alice's standpoint, she wants her to be human, live the life. It's like a parent telling your child, look, you're old enough, you can make your decisions, go with it. Live, make friends, all that, move on, that kind of thing. That's how a motherly would do it. In Kurosawa's case, as the child symbolism of this show, she's like, no, I appreciate what you did for me, but I want to do it myself. I want to become what I am. So leave it to Ray to let Kurosawa decide, make her own decisions. Like, do you want to become a human? Like, that's the word. Do you want to become a human? Because Alice turned her into a cat. Turned her into a human. But again, that's from Alice's standpoint. What about you? What about Kurosawa? Do you want to become a human? That's the ticket. That's the message right there. But with the spell that Tabari made, she's now transformed into a cat. She's now in her cat form, little cat self. Yeah, she found peace. And what's great about this was that She drew a photo. She did a painting of Rei. That just showed her that she likes the teacher for supporting Kurosawa's decision. And and that's really something. But again, we already covered this and we already got her arc. Now the next arc is gonna be the mouse. I got a feeling it's gonna be it's gonna be the mouse. I want to know about the mouse story. We're gonna see that too. I hope so little on. But anyway, though, this episode was good. It was really good. We went from a camping to like understanding about Kurosawa and the relationship she has with Alice. Hopefully, next week we get more of other characters' backstories and as to why they want to do this. And we can't wait to see more. So thank you for watching my review of this show, and I'll see you next week.